Hello and welcome to what's new in Microsoft 365 and Copilot for August 2024. As you can see in the shed, I'm halfway through a bit of a refit, so you have to excuse the janky light. Next time I should be standing facing the other way, but not just yet. Folks, we've got updates for Copilot lists, OneDrive, Outlook, SharePoint, Teams, and a couple from around 365. As always, go and check out the blog, go and look at the video notes because that is where there's so much more content than we've got on here. But let's get on with the highlights. We're going to start with Copilot and M365 Copilot to automatically summarize Word documents as they open. So as you can see on the screen, so it's going to, as you open up your Word document, you're going to get this summary at the top up here. What else have we got? So you can hide it if you want to. You can tell us to stop doing it. Obviously, Copilot license required due late August to late September. Now, when I share this on social media, quite a few people like this. So if you get a lot of documents, think about a £30 or like $30 a month. You get a lot of documents to read. Straight away, you get the summary. That looks quite nice. The free workplace version of Copilot gets upgrades, including enterprise data protection. Let's just have a quick look up here. So right now we have data, commercial data protection, which is great. You do your prompt, it gets encrypted, goes up, they do their stuff on it, it gets re-encrypted, comes back down, you read it, but it doesn't remember anything, it doesn't do any work on it. But you know what, a lot of organizations don't like it because it's just a little bit out of sight, out of mind for them and their compliance. But look at this. So as part of this, get included in their compliance, privacy, security, and all the sort of stuff that your company does. All the stuff that I've already got with Microsoft 365 Copilot is now coming to this browser version. Folks, due mid-September to mid-October. So I'm just thinking about an organization that I work with that are doing a trial on this at the moment. And we're hoping that after the trial, they can carry on using it. But I think this is going to tick off one of those big boxes for them. So we'll see. Copilot in Outlook gets an apply all button. Okay, so you're in Outlook. You're running coaching by Copilot. If you want to, just you know what you've done, Copilot is fine. That'll do. Click apply all, and you can do it, and it can generate the new email draft. Every slide says that you need this Copilot license. I know that's obvious. Or is it? I don't even know actually, because actually, let's go back one. This isn't. This is kind of like you could just get this, and it's surprisingly how good this is. If your company or organization are thinking of trialing this and you're not sure whether to get on board, go and get on board because it is amazing how much good stuff that can do. I'm really impressed with what people are doing that in this organization that I'm working with. Rolling back, the new catch-up tab is actually not coming to Copilot in M365 and Teams after all. So there's just one here. So we just click on catch-up, it goes off and just gets me up to date with everything. Not sure what's triggered this or who's upset who with this. But that's going. You're going to just keep this try this prompts tab instead. So rolling back as of the 2nd of September, if it hasn't gone for you yet, it will be going. And I don't, you know what, they didn't put another date on there. They didn't say we'll let you know when it comes back out. They just said we're rolling it back. So who knows what's happening with that? Someone somewhere is obviously very upset. Let's have a couple of other things. So that Copilot gets that apply all button. That's just so that you've already seen that it's been pushed back a little bit. SharePoint getting that authoring assistance from Copilot pushed back as well, August to early September. We've got a couple more here. Copilot M365 video drafting in Copilot powered by Clipchamp. Folks, I'm going to slow down just a second. This is how they describe it. So just a note on these icons, by the way. So this clock, that tells you that that something's been delayed. But this telescope, this is a little bit further out. So these have come from the 365 roadmap. So the details are a bit sketchy, the dates are a bit sketchy. But look at this, right? I'm going to slow down just a little bit. So in Clipchamp, the video editing software in 365, type your prompt and Clipchamp will write a bespoke script. it's late on a Sunday night, folks. Just ignore me. They'll source high quality stock footage and assemble a video project with music, voiceover, text overlays, and transitions. I'm not sure whether to be terrified as someone who creates videos in the workplace or delighted by that. But folks, that is super powerful, right? Looking forward to checking that out. Okay, let's move on to my beloved lists. So these are all from the 365 roadmap. Let's just set the scene a little bit. So we've got Microsoft lists down here, and you might have missed this, but we've got these forms options coming here. Let's look at what's coming further down the line. So that form. So let's say that you've got lists, and you've got all these columns that you fill in, but actually to create a list item, you just need a handful of these columns filled in. So instead of people completing just the bits that you say, but they see everything, you can create a form down here and say, I just want this, 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 this. You can change the name if you want to. You can put these nice descriptions, send it off to anyone in your organization. They don't need access to the list. It just populates and it comes in here. It's beautiful, works so well. It's getting even better. So add attachments to forms. Okay, great. So you people can put attachments in during November. Be notified when someone has created a new response in lists. So it'd be interesting to see what evolution that is to the alert me due September. Yeah, we'll see. Conditional branching in lists forms. So if they say this, jump to here. If they say that, jump over there and follow that list of questions. That looks great as well, June, November. And finally, schedule the turning on and off of responses to forms. That looks quite useful, doesn't it? Maybe, I don't know, you want it to start in a few days and you just want responses for this set period of time. That looks great. So folks, if you're not already on board with that forms and lists, go and check it out. It works so well. And we're going on to OneDrive. New search results page for OneDrive Web. This is kind of what you see now. So you search for Munson and you sort of see something like this. Behold, this new bar across the top. All files, my files, and we can filter by all these tabs. Let's see what we've got. So easily switch between the results. So all files, my files. So just narrow it down a little bit. Clickable location column to search all locations, personal, OneDrive, shared folders, and other. So look at this. So this down the side here, this is now clickable. Due late September to late October. Story OneDrive. Colored folders in the OneDrive folder in Microsoft Windows File Explorer. So generally speaking, the OneDrive for the web gets all the love, doesn't it? But look at this. Inside in Windows, we can now update the folder color. Looking good, due October. Coming soon to OneDrive, PDFs annotate with text boxes. Just a little bit delayed. And it's got here late August. So just in case you missed that, I just want to remind you that that should be with you now. Another delay, new update to the OneDrive shared folder experience. So when someone shares a folder, instead of you seeing it in their OneDrive and that view, you're going to see it in your OneDrive. I want you to picture down the left-hand side, sort of filters one of them's people. So all the people that you engage with, it's going to appear there. So probably not a big deal. You might not even notice it, but just in case you notice that slight difference. Okay, let's see what's going on over in Outlook. And it's probably Outlook for the web, a new Outlook as it has been for a while, but let's see. Copy meeting attendee responses from Outlook to your clipboard. Coming to new Outlook and Windows for the web. So look at this. So I've got the ability here just to click on these three little dots and I can copy all of the responses and tracking information. So you can see here that it's got we can note the responses of attending, declined, no response. Now I'm assuming it doesn't say anything about following because you know that you've got the option to follow meetings. It's fresh out of the packet, so you might not. But folks, due mid-October to mid-November, if that's useful to you, I don't really know what I'd do with it, but maybe it will make a difference to your work. What else have we got? Use Microsoft Outlook to quickly see who is in the office based on work hours and location. So what we got here? So this shows you who is also in the office today. Look at this. I'm having a look at either New Outlook or Outlook Online, and it's telling me that these people are also in the office with me. So I think that might be quite useful if you're not always in the office and you just want to see whether who we got there, Bob or Sally, are in the meeting in the office with you, due early to late October. Review and update your work hours and location in the Outlook My Day pane. So I'm going to start here by telling you where this My Day thing is, right? So I'm looking at, in this case, I'm looking at Outlook Online. So I look at the top up here, and we've got this little box here. So if we click this, we start seeing our day. Our day's got our calendar, we've got all what's going on in our day. But look at this, if I've not already set up my work hours and location, and you should have, folks, you really should have, go to Super Simple 365 and just do a search for WHL or work hours and location, and you'll see all the features that have come there. So this person has not set it up yet, so they're getting prompted to get that set up. Now they have set it up. Let's have a look at this. So we've got details of my work hours and location, and I can edit and click on it, and I'll get up to date. It makes it easier for people to find me and know where I am. Let's see when this is happening. It's due early October. Okay, so wrapping up Outlook, just a reminder that Outlook is being called, the thing that's been on your desktop forever, is being called Outlook Classic. A new Outlook is just going to get called Outlook. So let's go back to that one. That previous one, it's already live for some people, as late as January 2025 for some people. But I can't remember the exact date, but Microsoft are going to support the Outlook Classic, the old version of Outlook that you've been using forever, for years to come. So don't get too worried about having to use that horrible new version. Reset people suggestions. Okay, so maybe you've been working with some people and someone's moved on, or you're just not working with those people anymore. Well, you're getting the option to come in here and reset those people. I apologize for that screenshot. I'm grateful that Microsoft shared them. In fact, that's my screenshot, isn't it? I don't know why that's so bad, folks. I'm gonna have a word with myself. Anyway, so you've got that option. If you're not sure what it's about, go and check out the blog, and I've got a link that will open this window, the exact window for you. So folks, due September to late October, so that you can reset your people. Coming to Outlook, respond to meetings with follow. Okay, so that was due mid-June, but might be as late as mid-September. And just following a meeting just means that when all the assets are available, you're notified, reminds the organizer that someone's following. Maybe they should do the transcript or the video. So quite a nice option. And again, this is all in Outlook Online. Okay, let's see what's going on over in SharePoint. Update to the new SharePoint news page template. So we've got an update to that. So previously, and look at this, it's not a best screenshot ever, but you can make it out. So we have some that are made for email and some which were just standard, but now they're all going to be compatible with email, which is great. So if you're a comsy type person, or you create a lot of pages, that'll be useful to you. Talking about comsy type people, custom fonts due early to mid-September. So look at this, you can see on the screen here that in the brand center, those comsy type people have set up particular fonts. You can see here, we've got aerial views and organizational brand stands, and then you get all the regular stuff. Folks, mid-September. And you might notice this. This screen here is for the admins. I'm not really talking to them. This is not for them. But just to let you know that, look at some of the options on there. They're getting more control, and they've got some options about the version history for your documents. So you might see some changes coming to that due mid-September to mid-October. So I'm just telling you, just in case your admin makes some changes and they don't comms it out to you, just be aware that some changes might be coming down the line. Okay, folks, let's go see what's happening in Teams. Rest in peace, the general channel in Teams. So this title will make more sense in a moment. So let's do the first part. And actually, I'm going to slow down for this. Owners will be able to rename the general channel. Okay, so you can call it what you like, and then it will, depending on the alphabet where it is in the alphabet, it will move around in the list of channels. But you cannot change it back. Okay, once you change it, then it's gone. What else have we got? So in a recent update to the date, this information also came in. So general cannot be the first, the name of the first channel. So instead of the general channel, you'll hear me talking about the first channel. That first channel in a new team will no longer be called general. Okay, you can't when you name it, look on the screen down here. So look at this. So we've got name, the first channel. You can't call it general. Whatever this happens to be named, it can never be deleted or archived either. That's due later August to early September. But let's just think about this for a second. We also have the new onboarding process, don't we? Where when someone joins your team, they'll only see what used to be the general channel, but is now the first channel. They'll only see the first channel. You can recommend channels for them, but you can't go, you as an owner, you can't go into the team settings, go to the channels, and then show for others. You can only recommend them. So when people join your team, they're just going to see this first one, and they've got the ability to hide it. One of the things that I'm considering the pros and cons of is just calling this the welcome channel. Just call it welcome or onboarding. I think welcome is nicer, right? So in there, you just have everything about the team, the instructions about about how to show channels, how to turn on notifications, who's who. Maybe you got some information across the top. So when those people then consider themselves to be welcomed or onboarded, they then hide that channel, because you're always going to need a welcome channel, right? Always have new people come in. So consider that, folks. Consider making it the welcome channel. Talk about all the other channels, and then when people consider themselves onboarded, they can just go and hide it. There you go, folks. Some interesting news for the general channel, and it is coming down real soon. So I think so. I'm just trying to think of the environments that I'm in. It is out already for some people, but will be here for but very soon for others. Create custom emojis and reactions in Microsoft Teams. So I'm going to tell you about it, but I can't imagine many organizations are going to let this through, if I'm honest. Just because of people making mistakes or not doing them right. Add your own custom emojis and reactions by uploading an image or a GIF. Okay, so look at this. So we've gone to the emojis, and down here, just look at this icon here. I'm not sure what that dotted ring is around that emoji's head, but it gets us to this page. So we've selected that. We said yes, we want to add one, and now we can upload, and we get this preview in this case of what's that? A pineapple, and Clippy is the host of this chat, just showing us what it looks like. So we can now give it a description, give it a name, and then when people come to use it, it'll be accessible to everybody. Oh, let's just talk about some more admin. So accessible to everybody. Up to 5,000 custom emojis can be added per tenant, and when you come to add an emoji, it looks like this. And this screenshot from Microsoft, I do appreciate that they provide these screenshots, but this is the exact reason you probably won't see it, because someone is going to go click, 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 and you're going to get, what have we got? 15 lemons, and we're going to get 5 strawberries and 8, whatever those things are. I'm not sure where you are. Oh, I think it's just an orange, and we got 1 pineapple. That's just a terrible screenshot. If I was an admin, I'd look at that and I'd be like, that's why I'm going to turn it off. So I don't know. Anyway, interesting, but I'm not sure how many organizations are going to let that out. Now due early August to early September. Teams meeting participants can choose a breakout room from a list. So look at this. I think this is just marvelous. So I've got my breakout room set up. I'm going to let people choose their rooms, and then when we get to that point in the meeting, the breakout room is available. Look at this. People can choose their rooms. So what would we have? So maybe this would be used for a team away day, and we've got different topics. Maybe I want people to go to room 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, and have a scenario in each room, and we come back and talk about the scenarios or an assessment. I don't know, folks, but when I've told people about this, just when it appeared on the 365 roadmap, they're very excited. So let's see when we're going to get it. mid to late October. So if you do any kind of training or hosting, I think you should be very excited about that. Improvements to manage what attendees see in Teams meetings. So after this, you can toggle presenters on and off. Live indicators, pinning, pagination. So you can see in the center here that I've said, yes, I want to manage what attendees see. And look at this, I've got much more control. So it just means that you can manage your session better. Here comes the bad news though, folks. It's coming to town halls. If you're doing town halls, you're already pretty good and pretty familiar with closely managing what people see. Less so maybe for webinars and meetings, but that's only coming to Teams Premium. If you don't know about Teams Premium, folks, check it out. It's £10 or $10 a month or something like that. And if you do nothing else other than have much better meeting experiences, you get summaries of the meetings and minutes, stuff like that. Definitely worth you checking out if you're not using Teams Premium. For those of us who have got access to it, early September. Expanded search options for one-to-one Microsoft Teams chats. So nothing's come up for this, or even if it has, it'd be interesting to see what we get. But look at this. It's offering for me to search across Teams based on the person's name, so Karen Blair and marketing, or all results for Karen Blair. Now, look at this. So I click on it. So it starts this search, and it's marketing terms where Karen Blair is somehow involved. I've also got the option to just search for that content for that person across the whole of Teams. Okay. Now this has obviously upset somebody because the due date has been pulled and the date is now to be confirmed. Now I wonder whether there's some privacy issues there, or I don't know. For some reason, I think about a time I worked at Zurich Insurance. When I see like a privacy issue, I always think about the Workers' Council in Germany, a very powerful organisation, and I always wonder whether, from a regulatory point of view or privacy point of view, they've got a few things somewhere in the world. It might not be. It's probably got nothing to do with the Workers' Council. I just made that up, but it's just made me think of it because someone somewhere, this is like a country has said, or a very powerful organization said, this is not going to fly for us. So Microsoft have pulled it, but I'm sure it will come back in some version. What else do we have? Let's have some quick updates. Teams copy and paste of messages will no longer include timestamps and message author name. Just be a lot tidier for you. So, you know what? That's got a tick on it. That means that it's available now. This hasn't got a tip, it's coming soon. So this is not really for you to worry about as a user in your organization, but if you join other organizations meetings, or someone joins yours as anonymous, then you might be asked to fill in a capture form to confirm that you're a human. So your organization might roll this out, one that you're joining might roll it out. Just be aware of it. Skin tone options coming to reactions and emojis in Microsoft Teams, now due mid to late October. And in Microsoft Teams chat, the Files tab is to be renamed Shared and gets new features due by late September. That, folks, if you have a group chats, that's really nice actually. You know, sometimes you have a big group chat and you're just trying to find this document, this thing that was shared or whatever. The shared tab is going to itemize all these out for you and make it much easier to find. Go check that out if you haven't read about that yet. So what's happening around 365? Not a lot. So this shouldn't take very long. Look at this for Clipchamp. Remove image backgrounds from Microsoft Clipchamp videos. So we want to get rid of this the background on this image. So we want to use it and edit it in the timeline. This is Clipchamp desktop and web. But now look at this. The first one is the original one. In the second image here, we've removed the background. And in the third one, we put our own background on. How good does that look? Look at that third image in the bottom right corner. How cool is that? Folks, that should already be live actually. It's snuck in from last month. What else is happening? Reduced support for natural language-based search in 365. So search is getting a little bit worse across Microsoft 365, and I suspect that it's so that there's a bigger gap between what you see in Copilot and then what you see in search without Copilot. I don't know that. It was the first thing that popped into my head. Talking about Copilot, I was listening to a podcast earlier, And Paul Thurrott was saying from Windows Weekly was suggesting that Microsoft might be considering a renaming of Copilot or some sort of rebrand. That'd be interesting, won't it? I don't know. He didn't know the details either, but it'd be interesting to see if that does come out. Anyway, folks, that reduced support for natural search across 365. In Word, the acronyms feature will retire. I've never used it. I don't know what sort of impact this is going to have, but if that affects you, it's going to happen anytime now. New Microsoft Planner app for the web. Now, this just feels like an old announcement from last year about this whole revamp for Planner that partially came out but didn't really have a massive impact. Well, look out for this in October. We'll probably learn a little bit more, but there's some changes coming to Planner. Planner labels in grid view. So there's an organization I work at, and we use Planner. I use Planner literally every day. And we slice and dice with the buckets, but we also slice and dice it with the labels. Wouldn't it be useful to be able to see those all separated out in the grid view and see those in the grid view as well? Well, you can sometime this month. Start of the month. Let's see where we're going to go with this, folks. Schedule a meeting from an email using Copilot. This is significantly better than it sounds. Okay, so maybe I should slow down. I want you to pay proper attention because this is amazing. So this schedule with Copilot button within an email will create a draft meeting invitation that includes, but before I say this, I want you to imagine you've got this massive trail of emails and it's just a mess. You've got all these people all over it and you've got to have a meeting about it because it's just all over the place. Look what you're going to get. I'm going to say schedule with Copilot, the participants from the email conversation, the meeting title will be done, the agenda, a summary of what everyone's been blabbering on about. I think this is amazing, actually, folks. This is straight up. This is work. This will be worth your £30 a month just by itself, I think. Folks, you should have this already, actually. Unless my slide's out of date, that should be there for you if you're part of the group of people who've got access to Copilot. Folks, we are done. Remember that to get regular updates, you can follow on X, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn. Go check out the podcast, go and read the blog, sign up for the newsletter. All of this just by searching for Super Simple 365. Folks, I hope that was helpful to you. Catch you next month.